James Swearingen's path to becoming a composer began in a band room in Sunbury, Ohio. The very first day of his teaching job took an unexpected turn, reshaping the course of his career.
I passed out the music and I said, here we go, 2, ready, and boom. And we started to play. And it was just awful. Bless their hearts. It was just awful. And all those smiles that I had seen when they walked in to see the new teacher and greet me and everything just disappeared. And I went home and my wife said, why do you look so sad? I said, Linda, this was not a pleasant situation today, and I'm really at loss. What am I going to do? And she says, well, and eventually she said this, she says, well, I know what you're going to do. And I said, well, what am I going to do? And she said, you're going to write something for him. And that's what I did. I picked a little tune, and I took it in the next day, and I passed it out, and lo and behold, I recognized it. You could see they were smiling. I mean, they thought they were the symphony. They thought they were playing great. And somebody raised their hand, Mr. Swearingen, will you have another one for us tomorrow? That's how I embarked on this writing career that I was kind of forced into.
Jim is such an inspiring music educator because of his humility. He's one of the most humble people you will ever meet.
The first piece that I wrote, I had published. It was a piece called Exultation. And it sold. And it was a good seller. And that's the moment when the publisher calls up and says, you got another one? Can you do another one? Can you write another one? And by the way, that was a high school piece that you wrote. Can you write something for a little junior high band? And you never say no.
I've used his works every year with my bands. And it's great to be able to share that with my students. And we can say, hey, here's a composer, an actual guy that lives in Grove City, Ohio, and it's not just ink on a page that brings that composer to life, and it brings the piece to life.
Jim spent 4 years in Sunbury before taking a long-time position with Grove City High School. Shortly after his arrival, he was offered a role with the composing and arranging team for the Ohio State University's marching band.
And I said, really? And well, now, you know, this was my dream come true. You know, if I ever got the chance to, are you telling me that I might get a chance to write for the Ohio State marching band in front of 100,000 people?
His work with OSU has continued over the past 5 decades, encompassing his 14-year tenure with Southwestern City School District, nearly 30 years on the Capital University Music Education faculty, and the founding of the Grove City Community Winds. Through it all, he has humbly instilled in hundreds of students a love of music, and an enduring sense of pride, hustle, and desire to always give their best.
Does it seem possible that a person who's done it for 50 years can think the phrase, I can't believe how it turned out?